Let me double check everything. Seems to be okay. I know how to change a few things from last night. I think my Twitch is now good, I think. I found out when I was streaming Deadlock on it last night. My bitrate was too high for Twitch, which is insane. It's kind of funny because I think I'm almost capped on bitrate for YouTube. I'm like right on, I don't even know what it's capped at. I think it's like super high. But Twitch is capped at 6K. Like what the fuck? My YouTube bitrate's at like 13K. The quality is twice as better on YouTube than Twitch. I mean, I guess it'll have some diminishing returns, but But everything seems to be good. Alright, let's see if I can remember everything. Day 2, trial day. Wait, let me see if I fix my title. I hate that I can't really fix my title when I go live. Okay, it's good. So, oh yeah, the cocoon thing that's been smuggled from Borginia. That's what my client took. That's what this guy, because he's part of the international police, he's trying to look for the person that did it, then kill them, which I guess is kind of bad because that's motive, essentially. He can actually see. The people that would know that he's an Interpol agent. I mean, this is everyone involved, right? So pretty much the main suspect is Darian and Valent. Because I doubt there's gonna be a day 3, and if there's a day 3, it's not gonna be like, oh wow, now we have a third person, you know what I mean? So responsible for the illusion used at the concert. He was probably one of the guys, and then did a swap, right? But in that case, if to hide, you have to be completely gone from the set, right? So you would go from here straight down. Oh, England scored. 11 minutes. Oh, Harry Kane scored? Nice. You would be right here. You go straight down. And then I guess you just be under... You're either in here... When do you leave, though? Probably never. Or you go straight down into the dressing room. I don't think it goes all the way down. There are air vents. Dressing room 2, dressing room 1. Who knows? But there is also a remote trigger that was used to ignite something. This was found under the couch. Not sure why it's under the couch, though. And this is a replica. Sample. So this is not even the real thing. So Machi should have one on him, actually. Currently. Like, either on him, or in one of his belongings, theoretically. I don't know. Newspaper doesn't mention anything about Lemoire's ballad or the lyrics, which is interesting. Yeah, I have no idea. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday. This meeting is over. Sorry. Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after. Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving. Darian, wait. I never liked you. Either of you. Huh? Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo. You didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Bang. That's not a real gun. What was that? He is heard, but unseen. Who's that talking? Valent Grandma! I exclaimed as he walked in through the door, normally. You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valent? Ah ha 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 ha! A preposterous proposition! How could I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for all the plucking. I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day. Ooh, with the vanishing magic. Indeed, I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. And before I go, a word of warning. Warning? What? A grand glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth. So, I guess the secret to his illusion trick was probably used in the murder. I'd assume. A glamour? What's that one song in Undertale? Glamour of Death? A Valent, a spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Ticket? For what? Farewell. Wait, oh, part for the train. And there he goes. He sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things like people or elephants, or the Eiffel Tower, anything, really. So he was talking about what he saw at the concert. Lamore's disappearing act, and Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar. I wonder what he meant by it at the root of all that has happened. Well, it's about time. Well, both things probably happened. Yes? The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience, huh? Did something happen? This is the first. It was by the judge's request, some urgent personal business. Oh, probably the... what was it? Chief Justice's son or whatever? Great, I bet he stayed up last night too, watching courtroom dramas. Apparently he's visiting the hospital again. The hospital? I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning. The Chief Justice's son. Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning, the judge said he had to go visit him after the trial. There's an article about it on the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself. Wait, evidence. It was inflicted with incurable. Where have I heard that that's what this cocoon's supposed to do? I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page. What, I don't know what that is. Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. Or is Machi gonna, like, bribe the judge? Disease strikes closer to home than ever. Is this just COVID-19? Enteritis syndrome, first case in... Oh, first case in country. Interesting. Is this like the Borginians' like biological weapon? My apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of, how do you say this name again? Machi Tobaye, our suspect Fortissimo. Right. It's his trial in any case. The defense is prepared, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready to rock. Hold on. Is something wrong, Your Honor? No, well, yes. It's just, I've been friends with Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time. Incuritis, was it? That article said there is no known cure. Judge, let me say with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law. Indeed. Ugh. I'm about to burp. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. Yeah, I'm not really sure why we, like, stops. I asked the Interpol about that number, IPXX314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Lateau. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Chrisen. It's a great help. Oh no, no problem, Your Honor. I'll be heading out. You really need a flashback?
Wait, that voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it.
It was him.
That voice I heard, talking to Mr. Lateau when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Dayan.
No way.
Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought that Dayan would guest star in the season cliffhanger as a suspect?
I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings.
Dayan Crescent is a member of my band, the Gaviniers. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case or file new charges.
And your reason is?
Weren't you aware, Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let's just review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Gaviniers ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing, myself, Lemoire, and Machi, along with the drummer and bassist, for a total of 5.
So Dayan wasn't there.
The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lemoire and the defender, Machi Tobaye, has left the stage at that point.
Oh, right.
And the Gaviniers were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out in the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma, Sky, mind you. And Apollo, you heard them too, right?
I sure did.
Furthermore, Lemoire herself witnessed the moments of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moments of the crime, when she claims to have heard Mr. Lateau and Detective Crescent talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was...
Precisely, Detective Crescent was on stage getting his groove on, no less.
Well, he fucked up though.
Voila! A perfect alibi!
Does the defense have anything to add to this? It's true when I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. So there's something here that doesn't quite add up. It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Dayan Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lemoire was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Farewell. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections.
Uh-oh, Apollo, if he declares a verdict now...
But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight. Lemoire might have been lying to protect Machi. How can I rely on her testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center? I kind of forgot this part. About the case. What about the case? Oh, the guitar case. He wants to tell us about Mr. Lateau's death. This meeting's over. I mean, there's a guitar case out next to the body, right? And then there was also another guitar case in the hallway, but I wasn't really allowed to look at them. Machi was trying to tell us something, I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is to ask him under oath, but we need a translator though. Very well, the court finds the defendant, what was his name again? Your Honor. No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or Mr. Justice? Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness.
Exactly who do you need to hear from?
A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English.
You don't mean...
I do. The defense calls defendant Machi Tobaye to the stand. Whoa, what? But he doesn't speak English. We'll use an interpreter.
Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases such as, I love you and where's the toilet?
The defense would like to request Lemoire as the interpreter. Lemoire? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant. But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie? This is most unusual.
Ha ha ha. Bravo, Air Forehead. Air Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lemoire lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal. Finally, some progress. Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lemoire to the witness stand. And then they're both here. That's funny.
I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name to begin with. If you would, Lemois. Yes. He says, Machi Tobaye, the defendant. This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular. So far, so good. Very well. Mr. Justice, if you would. Huh? If I would... What, Your Honor? Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about? Did you see the new P... Wait, there's more P4 stuff? Actually? The only thing I saw was that they officially announced some of the VAs. I don't think I didn't like it, actually. What was the new stuff? Let me quickly scroll if I've missed anything. The only thing that's been flooding my feed on Twitter was the fact of the patch notes for Pokemon Champions. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. Then I kind of saw it, but I'm pretty sure it was pretty much all that I expected. I think I only recognized Brianna voicing. I forgot her name. Fukiko, I think that's her name. I saw that. I was like, oh, I recognize that name. I know her. And then I didn't know anyone else. Persona 4 VAs. Let me see if I can find the... Oh yeah, it was this. Yeah, I only yeah, Yukiko, yeah, I was right. I only recognize her. But yeah. Pretty cool. I know a lot of people are sad that Yuri isn't, or I guess like all of them aren't really reprising, or like the old VAs aren't reprising their roles. On is Raiden Shogun? No way. Oh shit. Yeah, so I know like Yuri Lowendal. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I know people were mad that he didn't get to reprise his role. Is it all time? Wait, which one? Nice. Oh, okay. Oh, so he's the protagonist. That's cool. Well, I need Persona 4 to come out. Not in February. I need it to come out tomorrow. I want to play it. Oh. What would you have him testify about? What do I want to testify about? I haven't thought about that far yet. Apollo, aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday? How can I know if I don't... How can I if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me a moment, if I might ask. Yes, Lemoir? Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify. Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be? What sort of testimony is he talking about? One moment, please. Nani? Well? So about Yuri, I hope they'll grow on me like the P3 cast. I don't... Yeah, because I think some people were able to reprise the roles for P3, right? But I think for P4, they pretty much, like, just replaced everyone, I think. At least that's what I heard. According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence. Oh, really? Whoa, what? This is a surprise. Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it! This is sounding too good to believe, and I know what that usually means. Well, if that's true, then this is a vital testimony, Lemoir. I mean, Machi. Please testify to the court. Only Elizabeth's VA was... Of course, it's only Elizabeth. I guess that one's kind of timeless, huh? Or transcendent through times. Very well. Or like, did she voice... No, wait, no, never mind. I lied. I was gonna say, did she voice in P5X? But no, that's that's Japan only. He says that word of Mr. Latou's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song... My song? That is, he... Okay, so she's speaking from her perspective. I like the part where there's the... True. Speaking facts. Okay, it is I, that is he. Fuck, dude. Okay, so she's speaking from her perspective. If the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, I'm gonna. If the killing of the lyrics followed the lyrics of the song, I could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. They're speaking the language of the gods! What is he saying? I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely. I wonder what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lemoir to know the meaning of that song. Lemoir, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Wait, what? Has my repeated warning already something to justice? Lemoir, oh, I see. Lemoir might be protecting the witness. Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination. Mr. Justice, if you would. Yes, Your Honor. Something's hidden in that testimony, I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where. It worked yesterday, it'll work again today. Alright, so... I have to look at one of these guys, huh? Well... Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so we're gonna press through, and then... when we scan for tells, we'll probably look at Machi first. Do a quick scan of Machi, and then we'll do a quick scan of Lemoir. If nothing's popping out, then we'll deep dive on Lemoir. Okay, so he says that the word of Mr. Latu's death came as a great shock. Were Machi and Mr. Latu close? Yes, after we traveled around the world on tour together. Objection! Lemoir, this is Machi's cross-examination, not yours. But I knew the answer. This is a court of law. We'll play by the book. I understand. When Prosecutor Gavin's tough, he's really tough. Machi says he was very good friends with Mr. Latu. Mr. Latu was always a gentle man, never angry. We got along quite well. I never dreamed something like this would happen. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of the song... The guitar serenade, correct? Yes, the crime followed the lyrics of the song. The theft of the keyring, the burning guitar, and the bullet. This is why it could not have been me. Machi could not have done it. She's a terrible translator. By could not have done it, you mean... It is very simple. Machi could not have done all the things that happened that day, for all those things followed the song lyrics closely. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them. Wouldn't it be difficult for him to perform without knowing the meaning of the lyrics? I mean, you just feel it, no? He did know what the song was about, its mood, shall we say. This was enough to play by. I told him it was a song about a guitar in love. It's not actually the guitar that's in love, strictly speaking. Oh, perhaps I misunderstood. No, not really. Yours is also a valid interpretation. Okay. No, it is my fault. I am too used to singing Borginian. It is much easier than trying to understand these English lyrics. Yay, I knew he was innocent. I believe he is too, Trucy. I do. What's wrong, Apollo? You got a tummy ache or something? Something's hidden in that testimony. If it's the truth, I'll find it. Okay, so we'll do a quick scan of him. Wait, I should probably pick the most suspicious part. So she looks ahead, looks ahead, looks ahead. Okay. I would say... Though this part's probably the most sus. So we'll scan him. And then we'll do a quick scan of her. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. He seemed to react at the word English, as if he understood English. Let's see what she's doing. Are her tits twitching? Okay, let me see if she does a gulp like last time. Nope. She seems pretty normal. So the suspicious part is that he kind of glanced over at the word English. Let's take a little gander. Well, let's wait a little bit. Takes a little peek. Boom! Gotcha! Are in English. I wonder why he reacted to that. Because he claims, or like his persona, he's the blind pianist, but he's not really blind. She's blind. Machi, you can't fool my eyes. I can see through your glasses. You glanced towards her the very moment Lamore said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can. Must he continue this charade? Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. I guess going like Espanol. I know Espanol is Spanish, but do I know Spanish? Not really. Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. You really did the ellipses in Borginian? This? Oh, wait, ellipses is the ... I think all of it's ... isn't it? And I don't know anymore. Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all. What? Give me a break. Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Fuck. Wait, that's what I said! Well, yeah, but I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this. How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Interesting. Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? It is simple, so simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. But the newspaper doesn't talk about the lyrics. Oh. The dots he uses are not at the bottom and have a larger space in between. Oh yeah, so this is an ellipses. Ah, I see what you mean. No, that's part of the language. So like, you know how like every sentence ends with a period? That's their period. It goes ... like 4 big dots. You gotta understand their language. The newspaper. The Borginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland. I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden. Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. Yeah, the newspaper doesn't talk about the lyrics.
Take that!
This fucker, not only he's not blind, but he can speak perfect English. I have a Borginian newspaper, the Borginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there's a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right, it doesn't mention the lyrics. Well, what is all this about? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Borginian newspaper. Oh my god, what was that? That was like 5 anal beads. Maybe 7 of them. What does this mean? Lemoire, you are excused from the witness stand. You may sit in the crowd. Machi can be there to represent himself. But I don't see how it's possible. I know. You must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes, yeah, the police are speaking in fucking English. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in the police questioning. I read the full report myself. So, the lyrics weren't in the newspaper, and the police didn't mention them. He said, yo! In Burgundies. The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less. The witness will explain himself. Machi says, yes? It is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember. He says he heard of the lyrics from me. No, she's protecting him. Is this true, Lemoire? Yes, I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. Then it looks like Judge Full has been jumping to conclusions again. It seems so, yes. No, I was onto something, I know it. I can't let this chance slip away. Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with the cross-examination? What are you going to do, Apollo? If I'm going to keep on cross-examining, I'd better have an angle of attack. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue. If you must, you must. Very well, witness. I understand. Hold on, give me a sec. Witness only got really forgetful when when they get on the stand. You know, it's the pressure, you know? Like, you know, like when you're at the Super Bowl, you're at the World Cup, you know? Like sometimes you're gonna catch hard catch, or you're gonna miss. Wait, fuck. You're gonna. How do you not catch? You're not gonna catch easy catches. It's the pressure. Same thing with the World Cup. You're 12 paces off the goal line, and then you completely miss the goal. Okay, I should begin now. Is this the same testimony? Okay, it is. So we're just gonna press this last part. It is I who explained that crime followed this song. Exactly how much did you explain to Machi? This is a question for me, yes? This interpretation thing is getting old fast. She's a terrible interpreter. I told him that Mr. Leteau had been killed and why he was suspect, and I told him the crimes of that day followed my song. Did you mention any particular words of the song related to the case, such as heart? Yes, of course, I explained this. He was quite surprised. Well, look, it's in a different language, right? Is there, like... it sounds like Borginian is a very, like, abstract language. I don't think, like, everything's one for one, you know what I mean? Like, when I say heart, in Borginian, it's probably, like, they don't have heart, it's just called insides. They don't have a word for heart. So, like, because, like, this whole song is basically abstraction, right? It's really hard to properly translate abstractions, right? Which also makes a game like... Okay, this is kind of meta level. But this is what makes Phoenix Wright a really good game. Because, at least, like, English version. Because, like, they're taking in all, like, these, like, jokes, idioms or whatever. And then they perfectly translate from Japanese to English or whatever. Oh, like, those are professionals. This woman sucks! Of course I explained this. He was quite surprised. Yay, I knew he was innocent. I believe he is too, Trucy. Okay, I think she's lying. We're gonna perceive this shit. She's protecting him. She sucks. Let's see. Oh, wrong one. I hate how it, like, starts on him. Mostly true, but the name puns are completely different based on a few. True. Nope. Nope. And she really likes gulping, huh? It is I who explained. So is it someone else that explained? Or this whole thing she just made up?
Gotcha!
Gotcha! Lemoire. I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me, uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court. It was I who explained. I see there's little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lemoire, are you indeed protecting someone? That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe in it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Lemoire, you're protecting, well, Machi, obviously.
Take that!
You don't need to be a rocket scientist. That's why you lied and told us that you had explained the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it, really. I trust you. But you've lied to us twice, and now you have Lemoire lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to. We got him! He's speaking English now! Phoenix, our Japanese name, is almost the same pun, technically different meaning, but it's basically the same idea. Well, they try to keep it as close as they can. And I'm assuming if it's too abstract, then they just do like a whole different like character, essentially. But try to get like the same, like, I think the main thing is, you get the same like reaction, the same meaning. If you can't really go for like a one-for-one, then you just do something else that still achieves the same goal. Or that's what I would assume for, like, if you're doing a translation job like this one. Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little, only. Damn. What? First he could see, now he can talk. And you did not know about this, Lemoire? No, I did not. Quite a surprise. How many secrets is this witness hiding? This is last. Machi, could you tell us what really happened? No shooting. I did no shooting. So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those two shots, correct? This guy was in the dressing room. Apparently the answer to that question isn't simple either. I was in dressing room, behind desk, manager, he on floor. Which would be after the shooting, right? Then there is voice, or voices. Was it you and Emma, Apollo? So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Leteau had already been shot. Wait, how? He'd have to already be in the dressing room. And then we came to the door. Panel high, I take off, run away, run away. Oh, the vent. Oh, he vented! So it was you who escaped through that air vent. Ahaha, as the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No, he's clearly denied that he did it. I know shooting, manager on floor, already on floor. The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is a shooter. He vented! Miles Edgeworth's French name is Benjamin Hunter. That's gotta be the worst name in existence. Yeah, he vented! Machi sus! Blue sus! Does the defendant have anything to say to this? I know vent! Red sus! Red sus! He's clammed up, Apollo. Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness? Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no. Of course there is. What is this cocoon, anyway? The cocoon. The silk is a potent cure. A cure? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler? He won't tell me. I still can't believe Among Us Theory ended up happening again. It only took 120 hours to get to Among Us Theory. It was worth the wait. The cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please, tell us the truth for your own sake. No more speak. Not to any of you. So much for your precious trust there, forehead. Hey, you were the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse. It does seem the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess. The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed. I engineer! No imposter! I escape imposter! I no shooting! No shooting! Can I slap him? What? Apollo... Apollo Eustace! That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want something. Believe I know shooting. Machi claims Mr. Luto was already down on the ground when he entered the room. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it. Maybe. Can you discharge? How would you set it up, though? Those bullets on the wall. There's a... Can we confirm that this was... the gun used to kill the guy? Where's the autopsy? Blood loss due to 45 cal... Okay, well, there it is. Time elapsed between shooting and death currently under review. Well... Okay, so between 9 and 9:30. So what happened at 9 o'clock? Oh yeah, I actually don't know what happened at 9 o'clock. Was that like the start of the second set, or like... Oh fuck, I don't have anything. That's important. I need to know that. Fuck, I hope someone mentions that. Sometime soon. Because it doesn't take 3 minutes to... Well, no. It's saying... I guess... technically he could have been shot before 9 PM, right? Because when you get shot, you don't die. So he could have been shot during the second set. And then the room could have been booby-trapped. Like, it could have been, like, the gun could have been discharged from the igniter, and then it was just fired, but he was already dead. So then it fired. I don't know. Because it is kind of weird that there's an igniter down there. Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it. Suddenly, I hear a revolver. Close. Very close. Then, I hear voice. You heard gunshots. Yes, it's true, I hear a revolver, but only sound. So you didn't feel a revolver, you didn't see a revolver. Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Luto already dead, and then you heard shots? If that's true... So you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots. So what if the shots were recorded on the speakers and played on the speakers? And you escaped through the air vent? I know. Huh? What do you know? I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. So the vents went... Whoa. So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area. Worth all the wait? Hold on. Wait. Okay, this is kind of funny. I was thinking about not playing Phoenix Wright today, because there's 3 games in my wishlist on Steam. All 3 of them got demos. You want to know what's one of them? I have it downloaded already. The Among Us single player demo is out right now. I was thinking about not playing Phoenix Wright today and just go play, like, because I think it was Among Us On Guard. It was the Sword Art Online. What was it called? Echoes of Aincrad. And then the Edge of Memories demo. And I was like, fuck, I might, like, 3 demos. I have to, maybe today will be a demo day. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. I was thinking, like, you know what? I'll do it tomorrow. I'll finish the entire case today, because it'd be a weird spot to, like, take a break. We'll play Among Us tomorrow. Echoes of Minecraft. Who would have thought? 99 floors of Minecraft. Each floor has the Ender Dragon. But yeah, that's the Sword Art Online. Apparently, like, people are saying the demo's, like, decent, I guess. So this is different from the other SAO games. Fuck, where'd it go? Because that's when you actually get to make your own character, and then you can... Or it's like a proper SAO without the SAO characters, if that makes sense. At least that's what I heard, but we'll save that for tomorrow. Anyways, so the vents went to both the stage and backstage. There's a fucking maze with these vents. It's just like the real Among Us. I can leave stage and backstage. So, do I have a map? Am I gonna be given a map? Is this what he means? Oh, here we go. Hey, he's right. Look, Apollo. Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that? He's been through it before. Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something. Or maybe the magician told him about this for the trick, the illusion. I hear this from magician. Magician? Don't look at me. A magician, huh? Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Leteau. Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots. That one's going to go over well in court. Not. Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy's told me. Well, yeah, I do believe him. It's just that if I say that, people are like, oh, he shot him. Echoes of Minecraft surely the sequel of Echoes of Wisdom. He goes Echoes of Wisdom into Echoes of Minecraft. Romain Leteau. I mean, it's like French, right? Like, it's not Letouce, it's Leteau, right? Or am I going crazy? It's Leteau. Am I crazy? Is it actually Letouce or Letaus? It's not Letaus. It's Letou. Leteau. I think. And that's what Daddy always told me. I'll just pretend you misheard him every time. So, what do we do? You're sure you won't testify, Machi? No talking. No. Well, it was worth a shot. That cocoon. I can't go home. Can't go home. I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right, it's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to try a different approach. Talk to the magician, I guess? Bertha's French and pretends Letouce because there's an E at the end. Really? Do I need to watch a French video? That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan? If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify. We'll get the magician then. Someone else? I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there. Right. By the end of this game, I'm gonna be fluent in all European accents. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant? Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk. Very well. So, will you testify? Your Honor, the defendant will not testify. Whoa, what? Shame. And I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor. A different angle? If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case. Lamar? Again? In French, you don't pronounce the last letter 90% of the time. The last letter is an E. Oh. So if it didn't have the E, then I'd be right. I just called him Latou. But it's an E, so it's Latou's. I see. Okay.
Objection!
What's all you up to now? I saw we determined yesterday that Lemoire's testimony was insubstantial. So there's nothing you can... Lemoire was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries. Ooh, true. I almost forgot about that. What happened? She was assaulted, Your Honor. Assaulted? Someone wanted Lemoire dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What? I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin. Why would anyone be out to kill Lemoire? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been? You don't think... I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. She was assaulted? I mean... She might have been assaulted after she got assaulted, you know what I mean? The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. So am I to understand that this is what she was saying? Namely that there is a nugget of truth in Lemoire's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover. Exactly. If Lemoire was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. The court will now hear Lemoire's testimony for the 4th time now. My god, she's got a lot of screen time. Lemoire, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand We must ask you to stand and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Daria and Transcend, right? That is correct. At which point I proved that she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. It's a small window as the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. You have nothing to say about that, Mr. Justice? I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. There is, it seems, much you do not know. And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be as kind to testify once more to the court. Of course, Your Honor. I know they were clearly proud of that. I know they were clearly proud of writing that testimony. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. From the stage to the backstage, okay? That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Pretty much the same testimony as yesterday. I am sorry. I'm not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way. Yet everything I have said here is the truth. Then this is my distinctive pleasure to say this. What you have said has happened. Is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lemoire was attacked because of this testimony. What, Trucy? Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool. Oh, thank you. Okay. Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead. Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage.
Hold
it! Is something wrong? Character development? I know I said hold it, but she's saying the same thing she said before. Mr. Justice, sorry, it's nothing. Please continue with the testimony. Now I know what they mean about the reckless youth these days. So one is read over as a shining example, Judge. You're the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar. You think Apollo slowly turned into Phoenix, right? That's why Trucy's like, oh my god, you're just like my daddy. That's when I heard them. Mr. Letou and the detective. Darion Crescent. Yeah, I was gonna say detective as in Darion Crescent, right? I did not know his name at the time, but yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? So there's no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course. Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere. She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try. I mean, I guess what were they talking about? Because if I can get them to talk about probably like the cocoon, then that might spark something. Darion Crescent? No, Dairy Croissant. Lamar, do you by any chance remember what they were saying at the time? If so, please tell us. I've given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly. A whole phrase. You remember some things that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it, the clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Letou. Turnabout Serenade? Yeah, this is it, yeah. The shooter, then Darion Crescent. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch. Now. It's over. Press the switch now. Huh. Interesting. And that turns on the igniter. Switch. And the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Letou's. I thought it quite strange myself afterward. It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice cared to shed some light on this. I mean, sure. I'd be delighted. It's very, very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony. Maybe, Apollo. Yeah, not so cool, Apollo. From the small window, I heard a voice say, "Press the switch now." What could it mean? It has to be an igniter, but I don't know what they're igniting though. That's the problem. And it was Detective Darion Crescent's voice. Yes, I am sure of it. It's over. Press the switch. Why would he say that to Mr. Letou's? Apollo, the murder weapon, the revolver, was Mr. Letou's, right? Yeah. What of it? Well, maybe when he said press the switch, he really meant to say pull the trigger. Okay, Trizzy, just stop speaking. Character regression, yeah. He developed and then he just lost all his levels. Oh, I forgot, sorry, I kind of forgot who was that. Press the switch. That's not something a killer usually says to their victim, is it? Was there no one else in the room? I do not... the magician could be down there too. All I heard was Mr. Letou and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped, then I heard another gunshot. There were 2 gunshots. Oops. Yes, I heard 2, one after the other. That fits with the bullet holes at the scene. Nothing really new here to pick up. There was the smell of gunpowder. I knew I must tell someone, but how is she able to smell? Wait. Does that mean... I don't know. Why didn't you tell someone immediately? Well, if it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens. Well, I guess she's not really a citizen of America, Japan, right? This may be besides the point, but Lemois isn't a citizen. Oh, that's what I said. So one would hope such common sense prevails in Bokinia as well. Lemois seems awfully quiet all of a sudden. That's strange. Could she be hiding something? It is as you say, yet at the time... I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. Hurry for what, though? You were in a hurry to go where? Oh, this must have been during the second set, because she had to go to her second position. I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said. Why were you in such a hurry then? Because I'm assuming the stairs is the exit, right? She had to go back up here. So she went down here, she was in her and she was to be on her spot. So this whole thing happened during the second set, not the third set. So what she witnessed was the second set, when probably the magician, maybe, Leto. Wait, you know what? Wait, hold on. There's a headset found outside the room. Wore by staff. Who wasn't wearing one? Well, the chances are that she heard... She either heard the voice coming out of the headset saying, press the button, or someone talking to the headset saying, press the button. Right? Because whoever's on stage like piano-ish is able to hear, or is like within the network line or whatever. So whoever's on stage could still press the button for an igniter in the room. I don't know what they're igniting though. But basically it happened during the second set though. That's the main thing. And then so when Machi came in, that was during the third set. So the guy was already dead. He was long gone. Why were you in such a hurry then? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case. It very well might. Please answer the question. Are you alright, Lemoire? Yes, I'm just tired. Recall what I told you yesterday, Forehead. Lemoire suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. What, so he can just dismiss questions he thinks are too traumatizing? That's called Twitter. Why don't you prove yourself, why don't you prove her reason had a connection to the case before asking about it, Shah? The prosecution objection is sustained. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with the cross-examination. Lamar was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was... So something's got to be hidden here. Maybe there's some detail we're missing. I guess we'll have to get her to fill in the blanks, right? Wait, wasn't there like a thing where I was given two options? It was this, right? Oh no, it changed the testimony. Fuck. Wait. So there's two things I can do here. I could present the videotape to this to be like, okay, so to establish the timing of the thing. But I probably need to prove something here. Press the switch while I have the button, right? I'm gonna see what the other one is. Because there's two ways to do it. But I don't know which way they want me to do. Oh, okay. So whatever I chose was the correct one. Lamar was attacked because of this testimony. I know she was, so something's gotta be hidden here. Maybe there's some detail we're missing. I guess we'll have to get her to fill in the blanks. I'm leaning towards a videotape. Because then we can establish that this happened during the second set, and then from there, I feel like once we have, like, the time established, then we can talk about all the other stuff. At least that's my logic. Is that what the story's trying to be? Probably not. Objection! Okay, it's not. So we'll just go back and present the button. Although, this isn't really a contradiction, is it? Oh, well, it works. Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Oh? Yet there's nothing at the scene that could have called a switch, saves the lights. Sure, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here. That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it? The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on stage. The stage. Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage. Are you claiming that the voice Lemoire heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch? It's a possibility.
Objection!
Oh yeah, forehead. I'd call that an impossibility. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the courts of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lemoire's dressing room. Not to mention that the Gavin is when the middle of concert on said stage. We are known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have her forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard. Sorry, but he wouldn't have to need to shout. Excuse me. You heard what I said, or do you need me to shout it out for you? It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh wait, you'd like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing room. The headset.
Take that!
Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this. Why, that's... What is that? Is that some kind of newfangled phone that they invented while I wasn't looking? Kinda. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device. Communications device? From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Yeah, actually, they're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that you were wearing one of these. Talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple.
Objection!
True, but wait. Those sends out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio systems, the range is quite limited. Lemoire said that it was about 30 feet, right? Look at this cross-section diagram at the diagram of the concert forum. It reaches perfectly. Exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be. So when Lemoire heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Objection!
You're claiming this is the switch in question. So why did it have to be on the stage at the time? It could have been placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on stage after the fact. Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the voice? That's when we show the videotape, right? When the shooter said press the switch, well, I guess we don't. An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating it. I was sure this was a way to go with this. What is the switch anyway? We don't even know the basic fact. Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes its case. Yeah, this whole thing takes place in the second act. What's up, Apollo? We know about this switch, right? We know what it is. Yeah? Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning the switch, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Justice? I've been, remiss? I don't even know what that means. I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is. Ugh. Why do I keep burping? Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking the switch to the case. Let's hear evidence of the link. What evidence do you have to explain what this switch is? Igniter. Easy. Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this. That what? Is it one of those newfangled phone? Yes, it's a phone. This is an igniter. What phone looks like this? Igniter, you mean it's like a lighter? Yes, actually. You're saying this switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. What? Look, I'll show you. Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom. Sorry, that was a bit more fire than I expected. If my whiskers had caught on fire... Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flames. When your guitar caught fire in the middle of your performance. Wasn't that part of the stage show? Wait, now that I'm thinking about it. They had to put... They had to put this shit into his guitar, right? So that means they had to do it beforehand. But Gavin didn't have access to his guitar for like a week, I think, right? Because he lost his keys like last week. And so, and this is the same key to like his guitar case and motors, like the same guitar case that of that guitar. So the magician had his keys to open all that, and the keys that the magician had to obviously prep his trick ended up being in this guy's hand. Huh. Wasn't that part of the stage show? Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned, and the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake. That's right, he got it in Virginia from Lamar. He said the sound was amazing before it burned, of course. Now it just kinda smokes. The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Earful head. Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by Lamar, and the guitar sounds like catching on fire. I am, it's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire. Well, that does seem to make sense, though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it. Why would he need to do that? Really, it seems pretty simple to me. Earful head, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong. What's all this about, Prosecutor Gavin? His simple story simply makes no sense. Sync, that night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this, indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set. That's right, of course. The guitar caught fire during Lamore's song. Indeed, yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated. Yes, that might have been what was bugging me. Oh, then we can present the videotape. The whole premise for this is faulty. See? His story makes no sense.
Objection!
Are you sure about that? What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice? Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far. What premise is this specifically? I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act.
Objection!
Yeah, I think it took place in the second as well. What's this? But Detective Emma Sky heard shots and found the body, and all of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, yes, and according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at the time. Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice? Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony, namely that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on his headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flames. We know that a remote triggered igniter was inside the guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What? Yeah. Order. But that goes against the evidence. What does, Your Honor? This crime is carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes? Hey, he's right. Look, the bullet is supposed to come after the fire. Okay, so now we're following the instructions? We're really gonna... my whole thing is gonna be disproved by lyrics. Well, there could have been a fire in the dressing room, right? You're thinking about it the wrong way. Huh? Look, why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? Ah, that's like his cover-up. Yeah. It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it. Well, I'm sure whoever was had some reason. Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose? Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin? If the criminal follows the lyrics strictly, then yes, the shooting would have to come after the guitar burst into flames. The shooting would have to had come after the guitar burst. Because the P4 VAs has reminded me that I haven't done my Genshin dailies yet. Dude, I did my Genshin dailies today for the first time in like 4 weeks. I didn't realize San Jerome is coming out soon. So, if it's reversed, then it's kill, fire, fly, keys? Oh, following lyrics, yeah. Yeah, Miss Forehead had raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullets came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flame. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think that he'd followed the lyrics the whole way. Really bad time. Yeah, it might be a bad time. Guitar up together to the sky, I see. And that's like the finale. So it's the magician. Order. That would explain this most unusual situation. Ah, but then we run into the motive. Why would the magician want to kill him, though? What does he gain? Like, why is he beefing with the international police? That would explain this most unusual situation. It does. The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. But here I am accusing Darion, though. Or Apollo's accusing Darion, but I think it's the magician that did it.
Objection!
I was hoping it wasn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed. Yes, a contradiction, Forehead. One I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lemoire have heard a voice through it? I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise. Right, so, yeah, I mean, this is like the 5th time he mentioned it. He's like, dude, shut up, dude. The window's closed. Nothing could have been seen through that window. Why do you keep, like, assuming that it's been open? I have to prove that it was open, right? But I don't really have anything, do I? Except for maybe, like, the gunshot, like it was probably used to be shot through, maybe? But, I mean, I really have nothing. Lemoire's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice, well, what if she couldn't hear it, Apollo? Look, what do we have? A man saying press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be a coincidence, but how do I make it work? I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Care to tell us how Lemoire heard the voice? A key point to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court? Not really. Okay, Justice, you got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lamar heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Oh. She was venting! Because she's under contract, she can't reveal the magician's plan or whatever. She was venting. That's why she's venting. She's sus. She could hear through the air ducts. She can't see, but she can hear clearly. She vented. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it, had it been open either. Meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Ah, it's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment I was afraid you might be a Bulgarian too. As I was saying, Lamar could not have heard the voice through that window. So there can only be one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely. What's this? Haha, you do amuse me so. And here I saw you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages. Shall I interpret for you, Airforehead? Lamar clearly states she hears the voice through that small window. And there is only one small window at the scene. Oh, she can't see that what she thought was a window was actually a vent. She thinks it's a window. She doesn't understand the concept of a vent. It's not her language, and she can't fucking see. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is? I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lamar heard the voice from another location. Mr. Justice, show us where this location was. Lamar heard the voice from here.
Take that!
Vented! Does this look like a small window to you, Mr. Justice? The state of modern society can be read from numerous objects and artifacts. In a sense, anything can be a window in our society. Wait, what? That doesn't count? Wait, can I look to the left? Oh! There we go. Oopsie poopsies.
Take that!
I thought it was only in that room. This is where Lamar heard the voice from. But that's no small window. That's the air vent. What did she tell us? She says she's a Borginian, unfamiliar with her. That's exactly what I said. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lamar was up in the ventilation systems listening to this man's voice? That's not the only logical explanation, yes. Or that's the only logical. Logical. I don't think this is what means what you think it is, Airforehead. Okay. What about it isn't logical? It hardly merits saying. Why would Lamar be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat, no offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamar? You have been listening to our discussion here, yes? Yes. I admit it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed, but why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. The problem here is words. Lamar, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high on the ceiling on the room? Not low on the wall. Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What? Order. I will have order. So we got two sussy people. Witness, you will clarify this statement to the court. Are you in fact saying that you were up above the ceiling of the room, and that's where you heard the moment of the crime? Yes, in fact I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there? I believe it's time for another testimony. I'm not sure I can't. May I remind you that this is a murder trial. We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of that room. Please. Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Well, it's because, like, she's under contract that she can't reveal, like, the magician stuff, right? Okay. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard— what the hell? This is a bad photo of her. I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. But bound to secrecy. In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold. But you say you were in the middle of your performance. So this happened during the second set. I did not witness the crime, you must understand. I only know what I heard. Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail. Is that what the cross-examination for is, Jeff? Your forehead? Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. But what are you going to do, Apollo? I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above the ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. Yeah, she was getting to her spot. Wait, hold on. I just realized I closed my game. For the World Cup. It's on the 72nd minute.
Change.
3-2!
Bring on the field. We will confirm because we're still waiting to find out if it's just for that line of three that starts.
Oh my gosh, Harry Kane's about to have a hat trick. What team does he play for, anyways? It's not Tottenham. Because I heard that they're like bottom table. Harry Kane team. Bayern Munich? Damn. Okay. Wait, why does it feel like everyone's going into like German and French teams? Anyways. Okay, so I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice.
Hold it!
Above the ceiling. Could you be more specific? I cannot. Because you're bound to secrecy. Yes. To tell the truth, I was not supposed to even say I was above the ceiling. I dare not say more. Doesn't sound like I'll be able to coax it out of her just by asking. I'd heard there was a small window there before. By small window, you mean the air vent. I only remembered I needed to be careful of where I put my hands and feet. I cannot see the light coming through the window, of course. The air vent grate could trip you up, certainly. So I was walking very carefully when I heard the gunshots. Startled, I crouched and listened. That is when I heard his voice come from the room. Daryan's voice. I knew something terrible had happened, yet it was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. So without a word, you just let this third set start. After this curtain closed for the second set, there was still much to do. You could have prevented this whole misunderstanding if you had only told us sooner. Yes, perhaps I could have. I see little points in badgering the witness. What's done is done. So the mind works differently when one is in the middle of a performance. Why, I've lost my voice in the middle of the show and kept on singing, completely unaware. Singing without a voice. If only all contradictions were so obvious. If only I could get Lamore to talk. Pressuring her like this doesn't seem to be getting me anywhere. As to why I was there, I cannot say. You heard the gunshots during the second set, during your performance. You're quite sure. Yes. Why would I lie about the time? Why didn't you tell us this yesterday? No one asked me. I thought you all knew. I told you Machi was not the killer. I told you this many times. Yes, you did. But you never told us why. I am sorry. I was not able to speak of it. Unable or unwilling. She's not talking, Apollo. What do we do? We'll just have to prove it ourselves. As long as she is bound by this pact of silence, she won't talk. But if I can prove why she was up there, she'll have to admit it. But how are you going to do that? She was singing on the stage, Apollo. She couldn't have been up above the ceiling, too. Yes, she could. I've got a theory to why, too. And maybe I've got the evidence to prove it. I am bound to secrecy on this matter. Exactly who bound you to secrecy? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that is alright. It is just a name after all. It was Valent Grammeret. Perhaps you know him? Valent Grammeret. What? You mean Uncle Valent? What? Valent Grammeret. Who's Valent Grammeret? A grand magician, the one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert. Interesting reaction, Prosecutor Gavin. Lamore was bound to secrecy. It's going to take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk. I think I know why she was up there. But how do I prove it? Well, I would show the tape. I just don't know where I would even show it, though. I guess here, right?
Objection!
Yeah, there we go. Lamore, truth be told, the reason for your presence above that ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Yes, it's all right here on this video. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. Whoa, whoa, burning on in my heart, fire, burn my love away, all away, like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away, all away. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. I might be a singer myself. As we can see, Lamore was clearly not on stage for an entire performance. Though it saddens me to be so realistic. Lamore is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view, and during that time, she moved to the back of the forum. Apollo. What, Tracy? It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules. But I'm a lawyer. I'm not supposed to be I'm not supposed to be nice. This is all very fascinating, but how is it possible? There is only 20 seconds between when she disappears and reappears. She could not move that fast. Unless you run. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin? This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed. He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage through the backstage to the rear of the forum. Recall Lamore's testimony from yesterday. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it. She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling. Lamore knew of this because of her part in the illusion, but she wasn't the only one who knew. What? Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something. I know. I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage. He said that? Oh, were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin? I knew about the vanishing act, of course, yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me? Are you feeling about the case so far? I actually like it, it's pretty good. Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of magician's life, you know, which is why he bound Lamore to secrecy. Well, Lamore, I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about you. So, what does this mean? Are you saying you used the route above the ceiling? I did. Well, that's that, but I'm still a little confused. Why is that, Your Honor? Who was in the room? I mean, it has to be the magician, right? As I said before, There was very little time between she disappeared and when she reappeared. I mean, she just ran. She booked it. 20 seconds stopped. How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stopped to hear the shooter's voice. She didn't. She kept going. She only heard like 5 seconds. That's a good question. Can the witness explain this to the court? I cannot. Very well. Mr. Justice? Yes. It's all up to you. Do your thing. What thing, Your Honor? You need to explain how Lamar was able to teleport like she did. Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater. How did she get there so fast? Maybe the igniter, right? You ignite the guitar and everyone's looking at the guitar. And so that gives her a little bit more time getting there, right? That's what I would assume. It's Lamar who isn't going along with the program here. As I've stated before, I'm not at liberty to speak of the illusion that night in detail. Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her. Yes, if you would, please. Right. I feel like a student before finals. Good luck, Apollo. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan for me was to move there in 2 minutes. I was on my way when I heard the voice. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens. I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something. As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice. Right. 2 minutes. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamar is saying and what we can see plainly in the video. I figured it out already. I'm a magician after all. Well, tell me. Not a chance. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on. Okay. I guess I'll just watch the video again. Alright, so this is her. Her Bruce is there. Machi's there. Looking at his piano. Guitar's still fine. Stage extends. She's probably gone by now, right? Her mouth isn't moving. Or is this just an animation? Oh. It might be the animation. This still looks really stiff though, I'm not gonna lie. This looks like a puppet. Hate how often they keep bringing this cutscene back. I will say, at least it's like detailed though. She's gone. I'm done. Did I miss anything? What was the last thing? I'll TLDR everything in a sec. And then she lost her brooch. Today for the DS, yeah, it looks a bit off, yeah. I think it makes sense. I mean, it looks better than, I will say, than the Emma Sky case. What is it, 1-5 with the... Dude, what's that room called? The crime scene evidence? Okay, I kind of forgot where, what happened when you left. But basically, so we thought there was one person that vented, right? So Machi did vent, but there was another suspicious, sussy person. Lemoire also vented. So the reason why Machi knows that, oh, I could just vent, is because Lemoire is supposed to vent on her performance. So basically the magician trick is when she moves from like upstage to the back of the stage, she's basically venting. So when she claims that, oh, I heard through the window of the person talking, we all assumed it was like that window on like the side of the room, right? But like Gavin kept saying like it's closed, it's soundproof, you can't hear shit. But turns out because she's Borginian, so she doesn't really understand English and she can't fucking see. So but she was crawling, she was in the vent, she heard what she thought was a window was actually just the air vent grate. So she heard, while venting, she heard the stuff happen in the room. And so basically, we all thought, like, for the whole premise of the case, we thought the murder took place during the third set, when the Gaviniers were doing, like, the guilty love song. But in reality, we haven't really, like, proven it, but we're going towards it. Most, like, 90% sure that the murder took place in the second set, basically. And so we're trying to, in a sense, prove Lemoire's testimony about the fact that she was venting. Like, she was here because she was venting for her performance. But she can't say anything about the performance because that would be revealing the magician's secret. And then and I guess in Borginian, I guess, like, you take threats very serious, I guess, because, you know, whatever. So basically, like, she's playing coy because she doesn't want to be in trouble by the magician. So we have to prove that... We have to reveal the magician's trick, basically, for her to speak a bit more about it. I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. Thanks, mate. Yeah, I got you. How did you proceed along this route? How did you vent? How? Why, I walked. But you arrived behind the forum much too fast to have been walking. That is true. You need to be there in 20 seconds. Tell the truth, Lemoire. You rode some kind of vehicle. What? A vehicle? What vehicle? Ah, what a novel idea. I like it. Hey, that's not a bad guess. Wrong, but not bad. It's basically like that Fontaine quest, where they had like that thing underground. They vented, but not a vent. Laugh at the dumb attorney, I don't mind. Aha, I'm sorry, but the girl is right. That vent was much too small for vehicles. It was a tight fit, even I had to crouch as I walked. I cannot imagine a vehicle that would fit in such a small space. If it wasn't a vehicle, what was it then? You had me going for a while there, Mrs. Justice. Too bad. Ready for the next part? Why do I feel like I'm on some kind of quiz show? There was an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. Did everyone on the concert staff know about the trick? Not all, only a few that were needed to help. See, like I said, it's a need-to-know basis. So not that many people knew about the trick. What were these stagehands required to do? One needed to open the emergency exit. The door to the stairs is locked, but once through there... From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. So when you came back out, you were behind the audience. Yes, that is how it worked. Not a bad show if I do say so myself. That's Uncle Valen for you, the old Grammar touch. But on the video, you were only gone for 20 seconds. How is that possible? That's the part I don't get either. Aha, yes, it would be hard to go so far in only 20 seconds. The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes. That's not 20 seconds. 2 minutes. I feel like she must have... I feel like she left a lot sooner, right? Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you are running. Running in that cramped dark tunnel above the ceiling. Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me. That's true, but... So you're saying that on the night of the concert, you made the trip in 2 minutes? Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway. Lemoire disappears on the video for 20 seconds, but she says she made the trip in 2 minutes. How? If you want my professional opinion, I'll bet the answer's right there in the video. Yeah. Well, Mr. Justice, perhaps you have some evidence for us. Something that explained the discrepancy between the video and her testimony. Evidence explaining the discrepancy. I mean, she must have been gone, right? Here she is, Bruche on. Her clothing seems correct. Bruche still on. She had to be gone here. And then his guitar gets lit. Those arm movements are really stiff though. Am I going crazy for thinking that, like, it's not her right now? Like, he seems pretty smooth. And then this is actually her. No Bruche. So let's go back in the beginning. Let me see this whole entire beginning part. I feel like she left, like, right here. Because how else would you leave the stage, right? I have no fucking clue. I'm gonna go with that though. Lamar, do you happen to remember this Bruche? Ah, the Bruche. We saw that yesterday, did we not? I found it at the scene, Your Honor. And you're bringing this up now? Why? I saw we had to determine that was dropped. So did I. But we hadn't. Take another look at the video. Oh my god. Here you can see she's wearing the brooch. So she is. Let's look a bit later. Whoa, what? The brooch, it's gone. What? Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20 seconds, and it takes a full minute to run from stage to the backstage. Which means there can be one explanation. The Lamar we see before the Vanishing Act and the Lamar we see after are two different people. Yeah. What? The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene, and not just on the floor, but on the floor directly beneath the air vent. That means that she traveled, right? Lamar, tell me, did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to backstage at the very moment you witnessed the crime? Yes, I think I did. Order! Prosecutor Gavin! From your expression, I guess you had no idea this was the case, Judge. I, of course, knew about it. What? Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me. That the switch and the shooting took place at the same time. So I was right. There was a switch. There was. Just before the stage towers rose, Lemoire was replaced. Yeah. While we're on the subject, just who was the replacement Lemoire? Why is the man behind the illusion? Valens Gramier. It was Gramier. That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing. Who was down in the room then? The switch happened before the tower rose, correct? So you weren't on the stage. That's right. But this fake Lemoire is still singing. It's pre-recorded. And she's pretty good. That's true. Come on, Apollo. That's an easy one. They were just playing a recording. The Gavin is on some kind of air guitar band, Hualen. Oh, you mean I'm wrong? When we play a show live, we play live, no recording. Perhaps you can explain, Lemoire. Very well. So she was singing on her way through the air vent. Yes, do tell, and add it to your testimony. I had to keep singing even while I'd moved, so that's why it took her a while. That's why she didn't run.
Hold it!
You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings, so I used this. Wait, so you were singing the whole time, even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage? Why should it matter where I sing, when wherever I go is the same, darkness? Fair. That is fair. But if you were singing while you were walking, that's right, wouldn't the shooter and victim have heard? She was singing right over their heads after all. That is right. Are you sure? You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing the ceiling. Well, the speakers are going off, they're pretty loud, and it'd be in sync with the speakers. Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state? I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo. The speaker. That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. Ah, that's for monitoring the stage from this room. Monitoring. It pipes in real-time feed from the stage microphones, useful for knowing when your set is coming up. Satisfied? That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So Lemoire singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lemoire singing over the speaker. Ingenious. Her voice was hidden by her voice. Ah, Lemoire? I have just remembered something. Do tell. When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes? It startled me, so I stopped singing. Really? Oh, wrong one. I mean, whoa, oh. Wait, wraps itself around me and through the air I fly. Did she say through the air I fly? Oh, she does. It had to be around when the guitar lights on fire. I stopped singing. What? I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. The song stopped. Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse. Pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody. Not so many would notice. Forehead, that mixing board I lent you, where is it? The mixing, huh? That machine, Apollo, the one that breaks music into tracks. Oh, this? I'd completely forgot about it. Gimme, gimme. Let's take a listen. So why do I need to look for who fucked up? The song does stop there. I didn't pay attention. It does? I must have missed it. Look at the lyric sheet. At the top of the second verse, see where it says pleasure, pleasure. Now listen to it again. Oh, she only said it once. This is evidence indeed. I believe we're guilty of making a terrible mistake. The crime didn't happen during the third set, it happened during the second, during Lemoire's ballad. If that is true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter. And you know who's up there? Mr. Machi Man. Which means that Darian Christian could have done it. He wasn't on stage for the second set. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? If Forehead Theory series does have a certain logic to it, yet it is entirely based upon Lemoire's testimony. Yes, is there a problem with this? Well, it's quite simple, so it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant? But you have no proof. All I'm saying is that that's the truth as yet unclear. Until we heard directly from the man himself. The man? You don't mean... Yes. So he is a friend and a band member, Darian Christian, must take the stand. I see no other way. As someone with a new perspective on the case. As a suspect, to be frank. Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole. I don't think it's him though. And I'm ready to catch him. Darian Christian, get ready for justice. This is a good time as any to pause for a brief recess. The prosecution will summon the witness, and I will eat my nuggets. Oh, watch my this will remind me what his rules are. Oh. We keep going. What the hell is this?
Do you have the McDonald's app?
I'm eating McDonald's right now.
Do you have the McDonald's app?
Yes, I do.
2340.
Oh my god. What is this? Oh shit! Wait, I'm going to Anime Expo. So I can get these? Wait, what the hell is this? Revealed only, bro. Are you kidding me? These little fuckers. So I gotta find this. Is this gonna be in Anime Expo? Or is this gonna be somewhere else? No, so here's the problem. I don't know any of these people. Oh, I can get the Joker. Wait. Thin dripped iced tea. It looks like ass. Pistachio pandan choco milk. I don't know. I guess I'll just get the Joker coffee one. I'll get some LeBlanc. But then they do this. Like, bro. Persona 30th limited edition t-shirts. Tote bag, coaster, keychain. Well, I gotta get a t-shirt, right? Bro. I'm eating McDonald's right now! Alright, I've had enough fun. Apollo, I can't believe it. It really happened during the second act. And right in the middle of Lamar's performance. The reason why she was in the air vent. And that switch and the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's when you end up with... I knew you had what it took. Oh, he's right here. Daddy. Ugh. Mr. Wright, you believed in me? Not really. I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say, hiya. Why do I even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Latou's, only shorter and not well dressed? Oh no, what if you're shot too? Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm out for a while again. What? You just got here. Oh, one thing before I go. Are you gonna give me some forged evidence? Good. Aw, man. Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Tobaya off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after the detective, aren't you? Daryon Krishen. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other things to explain these things, the flaming guitar too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure. So, what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. So, like, you want me to lie? Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend, Detective Sky. Emma? Let's see, this bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. So this is the forged evidence. Gunpowder. Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy. Right, this. Well, finally some evidence that makes sense. More forged evidence. Ew. Especially when he says, you won't be able to win through conventional methods. Here! Take some forged evidence, you'll win. That's all for me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Maybe. Yeah, because this gonna be jailed. Right. Every man has igniter inside him. find Darian Krishen's igniter, and set it off. So want me to press the button? Alright. And he walked out the door just like that, like a magician normally. What does he want us to do? No conventional methods, what does that mean? I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes. I guess. We're almost at the finish line, hang in there. I do love me some forged evidence. I guess this is how Edgeworth feels. I'm feeling a bit edgy right now. Am I worth to be edgy? Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where's Detective Krishen? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Dayan was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Ear forehead. They're in love. Very well, call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Krishen. Name and occupation, please. Darian Krishen, Detective, Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division for those who didn't know. International Affairs. And I'm a guitarist for the Gavineers. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here. So the situation's changed, Dayan. And don't call me partner. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lemoire's testimony, if, in fact, you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Heh. Conventional methods are out of the window, huh? Here goes nothing. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard of my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. As if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during a third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. I mean, that's not really a good testimony if I'm being honest. So you claim Lemoire's testimony was a lie. Hey, don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Dayan. Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky, I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. You didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this with Lemoire's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. I have to light his igniter. Alright. The diva's lying plain and simple, she's got nothing to back up her story. You don't have any proof that she was lying. Oh yeah? You saying I lied? Didn't come with any more hairy comments today, unfortunately. No, I'm just saying, Apollo, glare back at him. I couldn't help it, I flinched by reflex. Detective Krishen. Yeah, what do you want? Nothing. Apollo, chin up, back straight, you're wilting. This guy's hard as nails. He makes Walkie look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. In the first place, she never heard my voice. You never talked to her, even though you were playing in the same concert. Not a word, as far as I can recall. But you weren't there planning sessions or something. Gavin took care of all of that himself. Dayan wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice just like that anyways. Only an idiot would believe that. Lemoire's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him as if she heard him, I'm sure of it, I just can't prove it. And I need proof. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. We know she missed the words, the mixing board proved it. Oh yeah? There was a mistake, but blaming it on gunshots is a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves there was a mistake in the song? A missed cue? So, she just flubbed it up big time, that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover her own goof. Man, I'd have to hand it to her if she wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Dayan, watch what you say. Lemoire is an artist. She just flubbed it up. That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. She got to you alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious it's way over my head. I'm detecting a rift in Gaviner's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at a drop of a pick. Did Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyways? Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? The gunshots. Yeah, we heard gunshots. Neither Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. Heh. I guess you and Lemoire got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain here. There was gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those shots were actually gunshots or not. Machi heard them too. Remember he said he ran for the air duct when he heard them. So how do we figure out what those gunshots... Wait. How do we figure out what those gunshots... Wait, what? How do we figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? Oh, okay. I had a stroke, I don't know why. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. Wait, you weren't on stage. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid wants you to think. He wants you to think that the diva heard me in that room. I'm back to relying on Lemoire's testimony. As much as I enjoy the Dayan and forehead shows, there is no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. This means that Gavin and Dayan shows cancelled. Neither of your claims can be proven nor disproved. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin's quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh? He's pretty eager to paint Lemoire as a liar, isn't he? Yeah, because her testimony is basically on our entire case. This is tough, so what do we do? I've got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen. I just have to disprove... I just have to disprove him using evidence that is not related to Lemoire, right? Basically? Like, I have to take Lemoire out of the picture. I have to disprove something that's not related to her. She never heard my voice. She forgot words because gunshots. Detective Sky heard gunshots during the third set. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. I probably don't need to present this yet. So we're not playing the Guilty's Love anymore? So, lyrics, some sort of guitar, bass, this piano, drums. The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. And I can't use anything that's related to Lemoire. Fuck, dude, I don't even know. A lot of these is related to Lemoire. Well, I mean, he had a headset, right? He must have heard. Or she must have heard.
Objection!
That's what I was kind of thinking. Because he missed his own cue as well. And he seems like someone that doesn't miss a cue. Unless something happened.
Objection!
Remember this, Detective Krishen? The mixing board? What about it? It seemed there was a clear proof left behind. Right here in Lemoire's song. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know. Her song. What exactly is this device thingy? A new variant, a variety of a gramophone, perhaps? Kinda. Come on, we just use this. Don't get me started. This device was used to record the performance part by part. You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lemoire's voice included. Oh ho ho! What does this prove? According to Lemoire's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. But that's based off her testimony. You intend to examine the recording at that moment, Shaw? We might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. I didn't think about that. Can we? Ah, ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out of the stage? Can you? Oh, I heard it. It's just one gunshot. Huh. Well, I guess I present the wrong evidence off of something else. I did it on accident, but that works too. Have you forgotten, Dayan? We were all wearing these headsets. Oh. We were all deeply involved in the performance, but Lemoire's headset would have picked up what she heard at the same. Then let's get analyzing that recording. Right now. Lemoire stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshots. Your Honor, listen to this part. What's this? I hear nothing. How is this possible? Wait, isn't the judge hard of hearing? I can hear it just fine. Thank you very much. I'll have to pause it perfectly? Bro! Hold on. Hold on. I just gotta click faster. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, wait. Yeah, that was good, actually. Oh, there was 2 shots. Oh, that was like two fast shots. Wait, can I not pause when this thing goes up? Oh my god. Can I just do it right here?
Take that!
Bro! I'm gonna lose all my HP! Wait, what? Why did it restart when I shit ass game? Wait, what? I think I have to present it as it's playing. I think I selected the wrong instrument too. There we go. Oh, okay, I selected the wrong instrument. That's what it is. My bad, my bad, my bad. Really nice. Fan is really loud. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why, it sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. Oh, the sound was coming off as a headset along with the voice. Gavin, you're crazy, man. Crazy. An upstanding prosecutor like you even listening to this weak evidence? Man, you can barely hear that. How do you know it's a gun? Perhaps it's you who is Halls of Healing, Dayan. It sounds like a gunshot to me. Admit it, you lost, Detective Crescent. Okay, so what about the gunshot Detective Sky heard? You heard him too, didn't you? Don't think about telling me you were mistaken. Were you thinking of telling him that, Mr. Justice? No, Your Honor. Detective Sky and I clearly heard what sounded like gunshots. But they weren't. What? And I have evidence that proves it. The forged evidence. Then I think you best show it to the court. Let's see this evidence. If you would, Mr. Justice. The evidence showing that we really heard is this. forged evidence. My favorite. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this small device. That's a remote triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope. Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. Eh? How did Gavin know about this? What? You think Detective Sky works for you? I received a report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Dayan as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. Oh, wait, so it's not forged. Well, it could be forged evidence. This raised another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set could have been two firecrackers triggered to go off by a remote control. Hahaha, you got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a little bit too convenient to me. How so? So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off, right when two witnesses came walking by. Ha! That's right. Dorian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then? If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one to hear it, you get my drift. Why go through the trouble, man? How do I explain this? He may not look like it, but Dorian's a gifted detective. Show any weakness and he's sure to find it. He may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times myself that day, and saw something odd there before the third set. Something odd? A headset. The kind all of the bands and staff members were wearing. That's right, we picked this up in front of the door of that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed, and what if it was turned on? And what if it was turned on? Oh, I see. So it's there to make sure it's hearing. It's not really sending anything, right? It's receiving. Ah. So that's how Dorian missed his cue. Because he wasn't paying attention to the song. He was paying attention to the headset. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed, and what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you were out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Dalion. There are no sides in courts of law. In any case, I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lemoire's testimony was true. Order. So, she was telling the truth about what she heard. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Leteau. Or Letou's. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch now. Just after that, there was a gunshot, then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it. But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Also true. Weren't two bullets fired from this weapon? Lemoire was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must have not been close enough for her mic to catch this first shot, but then she passed over the dressing room for the second shot. The gun fired again, and Mr. Letou's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Oh, he's a bit nervous there. He's a little nervous. Once again, I'm reminded of something. A performance that day. Your performance. Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Airforehead. What is it with to say? Problem after problem. Achtung! My hog won't stop, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead! And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? He had a legendary crash out. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Dayan. I thought it was strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you, I know how you play, you're better than that. Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Letou's .45 caliber hand cannon. Oh, he's saying that he couldn't play the notes because his arm is fucked up. As we have learned, even the shooter didn't go unscarred with a revolver of that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself during shooting that revolver? Ah, you're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Krishan? I am a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearm training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to the police officers is a 38 caliber weapon, a much tamer beast. Also, another weapon belonged to the victimless Mr. Latouche, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim. So the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? The thought has occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say about this? Detective Krishan! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves Rolled Up Ready for Action has to say. Hey you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on the tape that could be anything, and you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a 45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can line up your little weak piece of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager, and that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Krishan. I think we need a motive. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to the country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Well, you're an international affair guy. A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes, not even once. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. Great, now I need to find a motive. Even I'm not really too sure. Well, why would I even want to kill that manager? Our manager, sure, but Mr. Latouche was... Oh, right, sorry. An Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? And not a very good one, seeing as how he got wasted. That's cold, dog. Not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill this man, whatever he was. You want a reason? Easy. I've got no motive, man. But that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. This was that diva's first trip to the country, right? Daryan, you're a detective, with international affairs. Yeah, what of it? Even if this was Mr. Latouche's first trip to this country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs? That's right. Well, Detective Krishan? That's your game, is it? Guess I'd better confess then. Confess? Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. But you're an international... See? Me and Plains got a difference of opinions. We don't like each other, man. My condolences there, Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it. As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. That's so unfair. How could I possibly know her manager? So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? Fraternize? Ha! I don't think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see, if I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? You sure about that? What? Wipe that look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one of your wild accusations. I'll throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of. Forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence to this Hakim-ja. Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So he's using this motive question as ammunition, huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence. So, what I'm leaning towards, either the newspaper with the Chief Justice son having incretice, or the hearing. The problem is this is planned, though. So it had to be something before the case, so I think it had to... Newspaper article, right? Well, it may not be her first time in the country. Or it is her first time in the country, but not to the world, right? So I could do the postcard. How could I possibly know the manager? I'm not too sure. If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him? Ammunition. Hold on. Let me check with my dog.
Okay. Kinda. Or maybe he was trying to get his hands on this? Because he does... Theoretically, he should know about Incuritis, right? Your Honor, take a look at this. What's that? Looks like candy. It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Krishan, ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings. A cocoon. Never seen one that color. It is a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else. Alright, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Latouche, does it? It does. Wait. I mean, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon. Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make, well, silk out of it? Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative. A curative for what? Apparently, it's his most, efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia. Whatever for. If it's such a miracle cure, why not share with the world? Yeah, that's what I've been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. But if you could change the process only slightly, you could easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. Ooh, what? There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out into the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community. So the media was kept largely unaware. Intriguing. All of this led to a strict ban on cocoons export, one rigidly enforced by Interpol, amongst others. Interpol. Right. The victim, Romain Latouche, was an Interpol agent. Detective Krishan, you insist on referring to him as a manager, but this is misleading. Romain Latouche wasn't killed as a manager, he was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country. That's what you're trying to say. I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was going to sell it on the black market and make myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoons business. Like, he should be aware of this, right? International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in International Affairs. I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Latouche undercover. You kids think up the craziest things, but no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to underground organizations would be risky. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, I'm going to find out what.
Hold it!
That memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. You had to know about the cocoons to plan this. Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I never heard of them. Well, Lemur know about them, though not their use. My report indicates as though ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know that illegal to export, that's all. Then, I've nothing to be embarrassed about after all. You could say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah, but that includes everyone in international affairs, man. And everyone in Interpol too, for that matter, yeah. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Latouche. All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that you can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous. How does he know? Dangerous. Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get some to cut his hair too. Who's on trial here again? Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing? Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. Man, I'm in international affairs, I know the deal. Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can say what you want about me, but back off of the international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to... Okay. Down, Dayan. It's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International Affairs, Interpol, and Bulgarian Customs are all watching. See, we know what we're doing. Not like those yipping little dogs that lap us every word that Diva says. Wait, out of what? You want some of this? Haha, chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? I want this guy's head on a stick. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to. I feel like I'm supposed to present the article with the Curitis thing. I just don't know where. That's pretty much the only thing I have that's related to the cocoon. I mean, maybe here, like, you weren't smuggling them? Oh, what does lucrative even mean? Like, I kind of have an idea. Lucrative definition. Producing great wealth. I guess it may not provide you wealth, but it would give you a promotion. Okay. Struggling isn't exactly lucrative. So, I mean, he wouldn't gain any, like, monetary value. But he'd get a promotion. Theoretically.
Objection!
There we go. Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That article. That's about the Chief Justice's... A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease. A cure for incuritis. Incuritis? I've heard of that somewhere. You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning. Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You weren't saying... Our witness is a detective. He would have had contact with the Chief Justice. He would have contact with... He would have contact... Like physical contact? You were saying the Chief Justice would never deal in a contraband. Not even to save his own son. His own son's life. I don't know how I butchered that. But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal. That's Detective Krishen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. Detective Krishen, is this true? First, I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think of if the Chief Justice were the buyer. Why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian's Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Virginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked. Well, they didn't really include the lyrics, though. Just how strict is Customs check? Way strict. They keep planes on the grounds for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme, so they were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows. Yes, it would be hard to distinguish them. That's right, Gavin was in Virginia, wasn't it? I remember setting off the metal detector several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glamorous fop. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot and then sentenced to death. That's pretty extreme. Virginia has this rep as an idyllic, laid-back place. So, like a vacation spot? Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security. The Republic of Virginia is a peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows... Oh, I keep burping. So this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation. Let me close my door. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's got to be a way to find out what he was up to. I mean, they don't check everything. English stuff, or English lyrics didn't get through the customs, right? Wait. Yeah. Well, I guess, what item did we get from Virginia? Technically the revolver? Technically the guitar? But there's nothing wrong with the guitar though, is there? Everything and everyone gets checked. Alright, so if this newspaper article doesn't work, then it's probably the guitar.
Objection!
But the guitar was perfectly fine when it was sent, right? I'd like to think.
Objection!
Oh. If it was vacuumed and shipped, not by airplane. Because that's how it was transported, I think.
Objection!
Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country, no checks. What is it? Oh, it didn't get checked? You become a prosecutor. You become a prosecutor. A prosecutor? I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovely for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lemoire. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she had made a present of it. So this guitar's from Virginia. That it is. We wouldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the woods. So we vacuum packed it in Lemoire's studio. I used a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched. Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was... The cocoon was in the guitar. And that's how he lost his keyring. And then until it was basically booby-trapped. Oh. With cocoons this small, it would have been easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. Well, what? Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right? Work. Good memory at full head. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front. It's called a sound hole. Well, they found something attached to wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this in fact. An igniter. Exactly. Consider this if you will. What if the igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside the guitar? You mean... He means this, of course. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access, like a member of the band. Yo! Order. So the igniter was placed in the for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution. Oh, safety precaution. A safety precaution? Ah, ill forehead. At last, it comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lemoire's ballad, if you would. First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The lock was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar. I see. But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presents itself to the smuggler. What's that? Mr. Latouche. Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon was confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch now. The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then, Mr. Latouche died, with Lemoire there to witness it. How did he know he was... I guess he knew about the routine, huh? I mean, he is the manager. There's your case. Brilliant, man. Detective Crescent. I gotta know, you make all that up on the fly? For a made-up story. It makes a great deal of sense, Dion. The Republic of Borginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there. True, you haven't. Ha, let's see you make up a story for that, kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, a Borginian accomplice. Am I really gonna say Machi? That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lemoire heard proves it. You made this transmission from backstage. While your co-conspirator was on stage. But who was it? This is at the Coupe de Grace. For once I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him. Am I really gonna say Machi? No way. I mean, he was saying, no shoot. I no shoot. With a great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Well, it's basically 50-50. Are you sure, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice? I mean, it has to be Machi. If not Machi, then it's the magician. But the magician's not Borginian. The two Borginians is Lemoire and Machi. And Machi knows more about the cocoon than Lemoire. There is only one person who meets all the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tobaye. But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client, that's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy than I am. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche, and I stand by my statement earlier, that he is innocent of that particular crime. Indeed, the defendant is Borginian, and he does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was in fact Lemoire? It couldn't have been. Well, you seem sure of yourself. The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor. Electronic signals. Recall that this remote only works of a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless. Yes, that's true. Now, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lemoire was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter shoot. Let's look at the diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach the air vent. Well, looking at this, it seems that Lemoire could still have done the deed. No. When the shooter made the transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and Lemoire's stand-in were in the air. They were on a tower which happened to be 15 feet tall. In other words, it had to be someone on stage. The remote couldn't have worked from Lemoire's position in the air vent. Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that? Your Honor. Yes, Detective? Can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time? Well, I don't see why not. Don't tell me he has a way out of this. Right there. So it's a bit like the cue's delayed. Too bad, so sad, punk. Punk? First you were sleeves, then kid. Now punk. You were losing rank fast, Apollo. What exactly were we supposed to see in this video? The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Zion? Right, it's what you hear. We are musicians after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians? Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter. That right? Yeah. Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right? Okay. Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano. Piano. I can't hear a piano. Well, I guess he's currently playing, I guess. What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounded just fine. And that's the problem, man. You still don't get it. Yeah, how's he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the diva. Lemoire. But according to you, she couldn't have pressed the she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Number 4 is the piano, right? So maybe someone else pressed the button. Who's this guy? What instrument is this? I wish it would start, like, right here. And this is where they swapped. Wait. That's where the gunshot. Basically, when everyone's playing is when the gunshot was fired. Right here. Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out if they couldn't even press a switch. Maybe the magician had the switch? The piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch. Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire. It's okay, we all make mistakes sometimes. Apollo, were you wrong? I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... Strange. What's strange? No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance there. Odd. Mr. Justice, if Machi Tobaya didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is. But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice. You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar's on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story's full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant, Machi, the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give us some thought. Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined. I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed that switch. Well, you better find a way to prove it. What do I do? There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd. Wait a sec. You thought of something? What was that Gavin saying just now? Strange. No, it's just... Something's odd about that performance. What did he hear that was odd? So I have to listen to the mixtape again? Well, I'm not like musically talented. Okay, so the switch is stuck in the piano, right? Maybe he had to press a certain key. Here one more time. There has to be like a bad chord, basically. I'm here with everything else. I think... he's played the note pretty loud. Around here. That. that's pretty loud to me. Is it good enough? Probably not. I don't know if you can call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show... Then as a prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show this evidence supporting this. If forehead, you're sure about this? Accepted. There's no evidence, man. What's your evidence, Mr. Justice? On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed that switch? Based off the mixing board. The base for my claim is music, Your Honor. Music. What about music? Let's listen to the piano part around the time when the switch was to be pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flame. I hear a piano being played. But doesn't it sound kind of simple? Simple. I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with one hand? I was thinking that, but I didn't think they would go that far. One hand. He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other hand. What are you, some sort of music savant? Or piano savant? Actually, no. Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand. Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here. Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy. Yeah, you got something? Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he... Oh, Daddy? He can play a part like that even if you had 3 hands. So sorry, so sad for you. No, not really. Uh-huh. That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way. Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or not? You can't. I admit it's rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand. How do you know that? The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song. No way. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand. Right before the guitar bursts into flame. Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire, and one section of the song proves it. I don't know anymore. I mean, it had to be this first part. Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, your forehead. Realize what? I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to but a fleeting melody. Dude, how about you put the actual lyrics in the song? Yeah, it's kind of missing like half the notes. Man, how many times do you have to listen to the same thing? You're right, enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we? Another section. The guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot, in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh, that night in your embrace." Bum, bum, Yeah, that's like the right hand. Ah, but play verse 2 again. There, did you hear it? They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different. Well, what? Well, put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure. Ah. What's that prove? I would think you'd know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses have different arrangements. Happens all the time. Not this time, Dayan. There's no points in changing an arrangement if you can't hear clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background. That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I ask myself. Now you ask yourself why Machi changed how he played, and there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch. Order, order, order. I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Yes, quite. So, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. What, no comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up. Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show. It's not over? I don't like when he looks so happy. You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing. Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Airforehead. Huh? Me? Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see it was him. Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it. But 1,000 facts might point towards the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system. I don't believe it. It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. Oh, I think if he did, we would already seen it a long ways back. It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation. What? Bro, what? You don't accept a death by 1,000 cuts? The truth is staring us all in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? Apollo, remember what Daddy said. It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system. So what do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Daryan's Krishan's igniter and set it off. Yeah, let's just press the button. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter. I think he just meant a weak spot, no? The kind I think he meant it literally. The kind that single spark could turn into a wildfire motion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal. So can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time play pretend with this deadweight attorney. Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go. Every man has an igniter. Huh? Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes. Good guitars are kept dry and wide. That provides the best sound. Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, you'll be out of your hands for good. Go for it, Apollo. What, and this igniter's supposed to come and burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney. All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry, and I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Airforehead, you are accusing this man Daryan Krishan of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latu and smuggling of a Bulgarian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. This trial's already run on far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last... Oh. Gonna be telling me twice. This will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darion Crescent. Okay, this really is my last chance. The key that will take this Darion Crescent plan is... call a witness, present evidence. Decisive evidence. I drank so much of my coffee, I need to pee. I gotta go pee. I'll be right back. Who would ignite this guy? Like, they could be talking about it metaphorically, literally. Like, part of me thinks they said it so many times, it has to be literally. Where, like, he probably has it on him, I blow him up. But if it's metaphorically, what would trigger him? The cocoon's gone. If I call a witness, I can't show the defendant. I can't show Lemore. The magician's completely irrelevant. I mean, let's just blow him up. That's unconventional. We just press the button. The defense is prepared to show the court evidence. Ha! Be my guest. Be all of our guests, Mr. Justice. Show us the evidence supporting your accusations against Darion Crescent.
Take that!
This is your igniter. So exactly how am I supposed to react to that? He's not flustered at all. I picked a dud. I'm afraid your poetic tale ends up in mere fantasy. Reality bites. Alright, so, metaphorically. Present evidence, call a witness. I mean, Machi could just confess, right? I'm not sure how good that would do, though. I don't really have any evidence left. I mean, that's what Darian said. Did we ever fingerprint the gun? I think we did. Let's try Machi. Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. So what is? It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence, but perhaps what I needed is to prove was something else. You being a witness. Proving his guilt is a tall order, but I've got just the person to do it. Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian's Christian's guilt? Take that! The one person who can prove Darian Christian's guilt is the defendant, Machi Tubaye. Your client, again! Machi Tubaye was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darian Christian could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case. How so? It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latus was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would no doubt also find inside the burnt-out guitar. Ah, very scientific of you. Thus, if Machi Tubaye acknowledges his agreement with Darian Christian concerning the attempted smuggling of a Borginian cocoon, the case is solved. Darian's laughing again. Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. I feel like I'm supposed to have evidence that's not related to Machi or the girl. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. Why not? The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with the cocoon smuggling. What's this all about? Taking a cocoon out of the country means death, by Bulgarian law. Yeah, see? If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Krished. What? It's the other way around. If Machi didn't admit to smuggling here... If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Huh? How? Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our law. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia, and they'll likely broadcast on dealing in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon. So he's already fucked. Yeah, but if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Borginian police, and it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machi Tubaye. So they're both just fucked. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Machi Tobae knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Heh. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion? Real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? Or no, a house made out of pianos? Come on. Please! Don't take... Or don't talk! Damn. We got him! Dayan, I considered that my last session with you. We rocked. I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession. Uh-oh, he's laughing again. There's a kind of a sick desperation in it now, though. He did the Azula laugh. Well, have you been listening to today's trial? Yes. And you'll tell this court everything. I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I knew, from beginning, I knew. Machi. Situation I cannot explain, but money I needed. Very much money. Today's trial raised a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in court is evidence. This is the golden rule. However, it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard. Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobae, yes, I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Latouche, this court is prepared to announce a verdict. Oh wow, took off his glasses. I thank you. I only lied, but you see truth. You find truth. That's our job. Farewell. This court finds the defendant, Machi Tobae, not guilty. There we go. Too easy. Court is adjourned. Nice. We did it! I wonder what'll happen to Machi. Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there'll be another trial here. All's well that ends well. Oh, he was here. Daddy! I owe you both my thanks. Lemoire? Is something wrong? I'm sorry, Machi was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do. Yet, something got a hold of him, something evil. I see that. And he must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be? I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation. Oh. It was my suggestion, actually. You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny, I've always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving. According to the doctor, Lemoire lost her sight due to some kind of accident. An accident? How does he know? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I've been running from. I was scared. You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth. If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. Painting. That's right, she's the landscape painter in sound after all. I will paint the tooth. I promise. I can't wait, Lemoire. I owe you my thanks too, Apollo. For what? You remind me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is. To change the legal system, probably, right? Right, your secret mission. Apollo, Trucy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet, me too! And so like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin, even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad, have them catch the killer at the end. True. Fiend. Nice! We did it! Cool. Alright.
Tomorrow, we're gonna...
Oh, shit. Wait, there's only one last one? Alright. Tomorrow... Wait, should I just start this then? Nah, let's do the demos tomorrow. There's like 3... We might skip the Edge of Memories. We'll do the... How interesting are they, though? The Among Us would be pretty fun to do on stream. But do I want to do the other ones? I'll think about it. Small chance we do demos. If not, then we'll finish out this game. 'Cause even then, I think next week... no. Yeah, I think it's perfect. Perfect timing, actually. We don't do demos. We finish out this game, get this first section, or the first game done. And then... I play... We'll take a break, like I usually do. We'll do Adventures of Elliot, the Square Enix Zelda game, into Star Fox? I think that comes out next week. Let me see. Star Fox release. Apparently my dad's gonna buy this. June 25th. Next week on Thursday. That should give me enough time. Assuming that I'm gonna just randomly not stream on a couple of days. And then pretty much after Star Fox, then we just continue back. Like, it'll just be a short break to play, like, a couple of other games. Star Fox, it'll just be like a day or two. I'm pretty confident I'll beat that game in one day. But yeah, that's the plan. I appreciate you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Peace!